Hey.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Settle It on the Screen. Hi, Nick. How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing, Mike?
Missed you last week.
I know. I couldn't.
Power went out and a lot of stuff.
No, I heard it was a episode.
Oh yeah. John Trades was on the show, and he actually did a great show last week while the power was out here. He's sitting there on Skype, and whoop, there I go.
This is the first official time where me, Mike, or Glenn weren't on screen, and Settle on the Screen was still going.
Yeah, and it was great. It was very relaxing. Well, thank you for joining us. What is Settle It on the Screen? Settle It on the Screen is the commentary show that talks about the competitiveness of the Twin Galaxies database, world records, speed runs, all that good stuff. Most of you who are watching us, you know you're here for the world records that are being verified now by Twin Galaxies. All our comments and the Skype channel are open. We got a few open. Looks like 3 through 7. So if you'd like to
join in,
you got a subject to talk about, we're more than welcome to. Glenn is not with us again.
No.
Week. We're hoping he'll be back next week.
Come on, Glenn.
And as a program now, like I said, we're back to interviewing the gamers like we did Don last week. Next week, Mason Kramer's going to come out.
Oh.
World record holder on Super Mario Brothers 3. Extreme settings, one life, milk as many points as you can. And I know.
That rule, huh?
Yeah. When you see it, I know. Right. You probably will hate it, but you'll see it's certain parts are clever.
Okay.
Now, if it was your friend Ed, you would hate it, but by watching this video...
I would take action.
Exactly.
Make sure it was illegal. But
this is really cool. And he commentated like the whole time.
Oh, that's kind of sweet. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of more excited to talk to him about. And if you got any subjects or questions, talk about please put them in the chat. We are actually watching today. We actually got a nicer setup here.
Yeah.
And then
good.
The Twin Galaxies specific. Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? Well, those questions to be answered after our show at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The State of the Galaxies with Jace Hall is on after our show. For those questions about what's going to change with Twin Galaxies, well, that's his department. We're here to commentate more on the gameplay and the stuff that's been going on. And we, what do we want? What do you want from Twin Galaxies? That's, so please call in.
Open forum completely.
Yep.
Well, kind of completely.
We got a few questions.
Already, wow.
Has your Olympics captain properly motivated you to perform? Actually, it's more I haven't been motivated. Let's just say I haven't got my arcade stick hooked up to my computer, and I'm just not having fun playing with my keyboard. So I haven't even got a good score to post. Now, I know it's not first or nothing, but I can't even.
It should be better than 35th.
Yeah, I should be at least getting 300,000 on Galaga for me to at least submit a score, and that's what I've been working on. And I've lost it. I'm probably out of my gaming prime. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I'm just not good. So I feel bad for my team. I am playing, but I just haven't submitted anything, or I haven't recorded anything. I have been streaming, but it's just been terrible. Maybe that's why I just don't like the meme. I don't know.
That could be it
memes,
too, man.
I kind of go against it louder. Okay. Oh, they fixed their audio. Cool. Excellent.
Oh, good.
I have a feeling it must have been Skype. So
nice going, Skype.
So what's going on, Nick? Anything
not
new?
Much. No, just Simmon, my mem.
Simmon.
Yeah, it's
Are you excited about 90% off at Walmart?
Definitely.
For playing video games?
Absolutely.
Are you gonna start playing video games or no?
If I can get 90% off,
Walmart,
yeah, probably.
Right?
Except, it's Walmart.
Hey, well,
hey, that's just my personal preference.
90% of something is
better than nothing.
That's right.
But no, it's a hell of a reason to start playing video games, or to maybe try a little harder.
Hopefully that's the case. And Jason's talking to us. I'm still skeptical about it, but who knows if that's in the future. Jimmy is, well ahead of the curve. That would be something that he's got so many submissions, which is awesome. So
no, it's one of those things. If that can get off the ground, that'll it's going to be crazy. And don't get me wrong. It's great to have just the sheer, the fun of the competition. Just to have that competition, it's like. But when all of a sudden you start throwing money around, which is what discounts
or awards,
and guess what? The competition goes from about here to up here because.
Look at the Kong off.
No, exactly.
The Kong off took playing Donkey Kong to another level. So you got to give Richie Knuckles all the credit in the world
without a doubt.
from that point, because what he did, and the reason why we went to the Kong off, it was that, as goofy as this sound, it was settled on the screen. Played head to head. It was played head to head live. And granted, Weeby didn't come out in first. And yes, Hank Chen was the new champion at that time, but it was settled that Weeby performed in a live performance and Mitchell didn't. And after that, I mean, it's just it turned into the Kong off, which was better because everyone participates.
Yeah.
There was money involved the first few times, I believe. I don't know about the second or third one. But still, that's creating the competition. And I think that's what Jace is going to do here with Twin Galaxies.
No, and that's been our goal since we were teenagers. And we love.
We're old now.
Yeah, we are old now. But, I mean, that is the whole idea of not being, oh, you're great at 3 or 4 games. Well, that's cool, but how are you at 95 games?
Yeah.
And that's what's
cool about the main Olympics that are going on. I think there's 3 more days for those of you who are competing and watching our show. Yeah, it's like we're all on teams. Well, yeah, that's the thing I can't do anything on because it's MAME. So maybe Sega Genesis tournament.
Yeah.
I know. God, we played
Sega CD.
We need Glenn back on this show.
No, we desperately
need
Glenn.
Because he plays everything.
Glenn,
he plays everything but Sega. The only thing we play is Sega. He plays arcade games. He plays Super Nintendo, Nintendo, TurboGrafx, CDI. And he can talk about them all. But we're kind of just, might as well call this the Settle It on the Screen, sponsored by Sega of America, that's failing and turning into a mobile platform. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
They laid off 300 people.
I read all about it.
Just kill the name already. Somebody else buy them.
I know.
Why can't Nintendo just buy Sega so it's officially over?
Yeah, I kind of was under the impression they did like 15 years ago. Like after Dreamcast bombed, I kind of, in my stupid mind, I didn't even think it was a buy. It was just like, in my pictured Mr. Nintendo walking over to Mr. Sega and be like, "Hey man, can we just have you?" And then go, "Yep, here you go." And so in my head, I was like, well, Nintendo owns Sega based on nothing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, yeah, that didn't actually happen. That was just something you made up.
Yeah.
But I just wanted it to be true. Because it made sense. Why wouldn't Nintendo and Sega get together?
Why? Well, they just makes,
it makes
Super
sense.
Smash Brothers is the official thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or when they made the Mario Sonic Olympic games, those are just, that takes it off, so.
But still.
If you want to fill in for Glenn, sign into Twin Galaxies Live too. This show is open for anybody to come in and dominate. Like I said, I did like it last week when I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Think about it. I would love to watch a show about this type of material.
So awesome.
And we've been doing it for 4 or 5 years almost. I think it's almost 5 years.
Longer than that. We started in 2009.
Not the Twin Galaxies one, though.
Oh.
I think Twin Galaxies was 2000.
No, it was 2009.
It was 2009.
It was 2009, dude.
God, it's over 5 years.
September 2009.
I mean, there's a big break, but
yeah, there's like a year or so.
We still had a show every year though, because we did that one show with the Twin Galaxies ownership before.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't whatever. We've still been doing a show about world records, so
it's always in the back of our heads, man. Yep. Always been thinking about it.
So let's get to it. Let's honor some gamers. Not all the world records have come in. Not all the submissions. These are world record submissions for the week of February 20th, 2015. Nick, I'll let you go first.
Cool. Number 1, we got Alex Sokel from Shiba, Japan. That's Japan. If you
Japan.
Okay, sorry, I'm being stupid. Nintendo Entertainment System. Ice Climber NTSC points 2,067,330.
I'll bring some background to this one because I was following it, and it's this is where the community is voting. Where this is played on a Famicom system, obviously from the gamers from Japan. I think he's new. He's submitting some more scores. I've seen his name in the adjudication. And the debate has gone on, is it the same game? Is it not the same game? And it looks like the community has ruled, because this record we read about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Mr. Oh my God, it's slipping. Phil, all I want to say is Phil.
It's probably
Phil
not
Timmons.
it, though, right?
Yeah, Timmons. I know him. I talk to him all the time, but he has a picture, the second place on Ice Climber, his Facebook profile. Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. And
Oh yeah, I've seen
all
that
I
like
can
1,000
think of when I
times,
think of his.
So you want to say Harry?
So I really just want to say Harry Harrison.
Harry Harrison.
Because that's his face. Sorry, man. So obviously bringing more competition. So the score has been. Obviously, it's okay to play. Now I know there's some games that are different, the Japan region versions, but
Yeah.
Ice Climber. I don't know enough about it. I didn't watch both of their plays, but according to our experts, that it is the same game.
Oh, that's good.
So new world record, and then it's less watering down of the scores. I mean, if it is different, it should be in a silver category. But I don't want the same.
If anything, it's probably harder.
Yeah, but and then
I know.
Go on forever. Oh, Mr. Las Vegas, Mark Cohen for Atari 2600 Dig Dug, 1,919,300 points. This one's a long one too. I can't remember. I think it was 2 hours, maybe minimum. It has to be longer than that. But congratulations to him. This guy's a beast. Comes to playing anything. Atari, Genesis, Nintendo, I don't know. And television, PlayStation 2. We, of course, see his name everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Raphael Friedman, Cranford, New Jersey. Sega Genesis, NHL 94. Biggest blowout, 69 goals.
Look, he got it. Oh,
Raph, man.
I know.
69 goals.
70. Technically.
But
he let a goal in. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he did the stupid
That is
goalie thing.
unreal.
Yeah. I know we're talking about this game again. It's my favorite game.
Was it the Genesis?
This was the Genesis
because he's
version.
holding a Super Nintendo.
That's when we read his score last time.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
We read a Super NES score. I'm not going to beg him for another picture.
Dude, that's like...
So, 69 goals. He scored 70, but he led him by Terry Yake. It was pretty funny because when he got the world record on the SNES version,
yes,
Terry Yake scored a goal for him.
Oh,
and
really?
here, he gave it up to Terry Yake. Yeah, so he gave it back to him on this one.
Oh, that's nice.
So congratulations to Raph.
You ain't beating that. 70,
I don't think
dude,
so.
That's like...
I got 53 on Sega CD the other night.
Is that still 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, it's amazing.
Hell?
Watch the video. Cool thing. Raph has been interviewed for a movie about NHL 94 from filmmakers from Canada. They might be coming to see me, so it's called Pixelated Heroes. So if it ever comes out, we'll let you know about it. Next Friday, we might have the filmmaker on the show. Oh, so very cool. If he's still here, I don't know. He's winning an award in Canada for a reality series he's probably on. It's called Ice Flyers. I'm
hockey related.
No, it's not. No, it's about an airline in like the most northern part of Canada. Mikey, I can't. Oh my God, I'm terrible. I feel bad. Mikey. All right, on to the next one. Start rambling. Here's a long one. Trevor Pollock of St. Louis, Missouri. Missouri. NES Kid Icarus. 5,028,200 points. Now this is a long record.
Such a hard game.
Long record. I don't know if that's his profile picture because I just it from his thing.
It looks like if he was in NHL 94, that's what it would look like.
He looks like that picture's from the mid-90s, and what he actually looks like.
Yes.
To be honest, I'm a fan of Huey Lewis in the News.
Does he look like?
The guitar player. He looks exactly like the guitar player. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's him. Yeah. 11-hour record. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Damn. I was doing this last night.
Kid Icarus. I mean, that game. That's a great game, but that's a hard game.
Oh God. Yeah.
God, that's a hard game. Is it Clay?
It's like my wife's last name.
Karzawecki?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Clay Karzawecki, Sega Master System. Altered Beast points 474,900. Another one of Nick's impossible games that can't be beaten because I didn't beat it. So, but nice going, Clay. And if I butchered your name, I do apologize.
Yep. Your picture. I sent you a private message. Please get back with us if you don't mind. And an awesome score in the Sega Master System. If you guys watch this video or his submission, it doesn't loop like the Genesis version. It's like the arcade version. It ends right there. You can't keep replaying it.
Really?
So this score I don't want to say it's a perfect score yet, but it's a close to perfect score.
It's damn close.
I mean, we're not going to get more than another 10,000, I don't think, on this score or an arcade score, because I know there's the arcade score is very close to that, and we've read it. Actually, we read it settled it on the screen before Twin Galaxies was back. We read it the arcade from Galloping Ghost Arcade. Somebody had.
Is that when it was Game Room?
No. We were just sitting on the. It wasn't Game Room. It was still settled on.
I couldn't remember. We've had so many names.
I know. All right. Oh, I missed one here. Good thing I'm good with this.
Hey.
Congratulations to Tim Rollier's son of Atlanta, Georgia. Silver Surfer. 803,000 points.
That game's like impossible.
This is all of Nick's games that can't.
No, that game is really difficult.
It was an awesome run. I watched the last 15 minutes of it to get that image, of course.
Yeah.
Really cool game. Side shooter. You know, Glenn would be good at that one too.
Such
Great
a hard
score
game.
by him. There's more coming. Oh yeah.
Oh, yay. Nice. Brendan O'Dowd, Michael Salpedro, Arcade, 1943, The Battle of Midway. Points, 2 players, obviously. Team, 3,791,820. Good picture, by the way.
Yeah.
That's pretty fantastic.
I think I got in contact with Brendan, I believe. Maybe I got in contact with Michael, and they just sent me the other guy's picture.
That's great.
So, and those are the pictures we kind of want. I want the fun picture.
Oh, definitely. You don't send serious pictures in.
Well, send what you want to send if you want to send any picture. But thank you so much for being good sports. And awesome another team. I love the team records.
Yeah, no.
I just submitted one that I've had archived for 3.5 years.
You had a tape, man.
DVD.
You had a DVD of
Yep.
it.
It's I love the team records. They're so much fun.
No, they're a blast.
Wayne Mears of Roscoe, Texas. And Roscoe, Texas is going to be called the video game capital of the world here shortly with all these world records coming from them.
Yeah, it's in the water.
Congratulations to him on the SNES for Super Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. A tough and very fun game.
Yeah.
It's very tough. 126,205 points. Congratulations to him. These newcomers are doing great.
Good. No, it's good to have.
I love them.
The more the merrier. Who else we got? Pete Hahn from Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Arcade, Bad News versus Dragon Ninja. 1 player point. Oh, is that a max out?
It looks like it.
999,999.
Congratulations to him. I believe it was done at Galloping Ghost Arcade. I didn't, like I said, I kind of fly through these, so another world record from there. Pete also has, it's not verified yet, but I seen he submitted a max score for Contra.
Yes.
On the NES.
Oh, maybe.
It's like another staple in his gaming repertoire.
Taking Glenn to task.
Yeah. So I think we need to have a new, I think one of the first tracks might be the fastest to a max out on Contra.
Oh.
Because, we have the Pac-Man, so I think we should need the, same thing. It is at Galloping Ghost Arcade. Thank you, guys.
That's
so much.
fantastic.
Goblin Ghost Arcade.
Goblin?
And the last one for today, congratulations, Mr. Paul Kearns, a very awesome fan of our show from the very beginning. From East London, England, unnamed, Space Attack, 105,500 points. That's him, you know which one it's in.
That was this one, him on the right.
Yeah. We got it late, so that's the only picture we could do. Congratulations to Paul. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support watching our show as well. I don't think we've read a world record for you since, I don't know, episode 18 or 19, but thanks for watching our show. We do appreciate the comments, and we appreciate all the comments you guys give us about this show coming back, because that's what keeps us doing the show. We don't get paid. Well, we get paid pennies on YouTube, but not enough to keep the electricity on. So thank you so much for all your support. So you guys can Skype in. I see you guys are talking about Don coming back to the show. Don is welcome back in the show anytime he wants after last. Actually, we can call this Settle It on this with Don. So if you guys do want to Skype in, please click it open. So, because we know you got better discussion material than I do.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely better than me.
Yeah, by far.
You brought it up earlier when we first started the show, when it talked about commentary on the score submission. That's like kind of the best.
Oh yeah.
Like, it should definitely not sway someone to vote yes or no if the commentary's good, because that's not a good idea.
Somebody did that. I think his name's Tyler. Or Tyler's Swag. He posted on one of my videos and said, "Solely approve based on the commentary." We don't want that. We don't want it swayed.
I'm not saying you should do it, but it kind of does up the enjoyment level.
I'll tell you this:
like
if I have an enjoyment of watching your video, like I did Mason, I'm more likely to verify his record first than somebody else because he's just entertaining.
Absolutely.
Now that doesn't mean that.
No, that just means you'll keep watching the video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's really all it'll do. Damn. So, it's not necessary, but it's definitely a nice touch.
Oh yeah, it makes
if you
it
happen
fun.
to be laughing while you're watching someone do a record, well, it kind of makes you want to keep watching.
There he is. He's in number 3.
All right.
Welcome back, Don.
Thank you.
The saver of the show.
New host to settle on the screen.
I am wearing a Snuggie today because it is wicked cold here.
Oh yeah.
It's freezing here.
We got the hat on. It's 52 in the studio tonight. So.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it was negative 16 this morning when I woke up. It's ridiculous, man. But how cold it is? How cold is it where you are?
I don't. Very, very cold. I really don't know.
Below absolute zero, isn't it?
We're supposed to get like 8 inches of snow tomorrow, so it's. I think it's hovering around freezing, but I'm in Virginia, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually from northern Ohio, so I'm used to the cold, but I've lived here so long that now I'm a wimp again. So.
It does take long, from what I understand.
To become a wimp?
Yeah,
no, that's
what I've heard.
Yeah.
I mean, people that I'm friends with who now live down in Florida, and they said like within 6 months they were like, 50 is cold to them. So.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
yeah.
I just want to do a quick shout to Tim for that Silver Surfer record. That was awesome. I watched the whole thing, and Silver Surfer is an incredibly, notoriously difficult game. The video game nerd, Angry Video Game Nerd, did a video on it about how ridiculously hard it is. And I love ridiculously hard games. It's like my bread and butter. And I've never tackled it, but I know that it's difficult.
Games. I played it 2 or 3 times when I was like 11 or 12.
Did you rent it?
No, a buddy of ours had it. We played it.
Renting game.
Yeah, so do I. It was great. But no, we played it like a little bit. And that was all it took for me to never want to play it again. Because the game, not that it was kind of a cool game, but it was one of those games where you play it for 5 minutes and just get your butt kicked so bad that it was like, man, I don't see any hope at all for this game. So yeah, that record, I'm with you. I don't know how he did that. That's an incredible score.
I didn't watch it. Do you think he can improve it? Is there room for improvement?
Personally, I think he can improve it, but he did a really good job. So I don't know that he necessarily needs to improve it because I think the odds of someone playing that title, right? I mean, that's masochism right there. I mean, it's a tough game. I don't know who
it's like setting a record on a CDI game.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's like, it's not that it's hard to. It's not that, but who wants to play it, right? So, but he does, right. and kudos to him. I mean, awesome.
Oh yeah, it was a very awesome showing. Just responding to the people in the chat. That's all.
I was wondering what you were doing.
They're dying to do it, but
okay.
Full male on nudity, boost our ratings.
We can do it.
We can do anything we want.
It's possible.
No.
Matthew Felix in the chat says the NES is the only console that he owns. It's the only console that you need, my friend. Only one you need.
I agree with you, as long as you also have a Sega Genesis.
No kidding. I almost bought one today. I went to a local place here that sells retro games.
Yeah.
And I had it in my hands, and then I was like, no, it's not as good. No, not because it's not as good. I also had a big stack of Nintendo games. Well, I'm gonna get these, but.
Okay.
You should probably get a Genesis though, because there's some.
Genesis does what Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly.
Nintendo. Yeah.
Genesis does.
So
awesome So
let me ask you guys: the Genesis, so the Sega Master System, you get a converter for the Genesis, right, to play games on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Mike has one. Mike has 10 of them, whatever. He has 10 of everything.
I have one of them.
You only have one?
Yeah.
Does it actually work?
Yeah.
Okay. Because remember we had that one.
It only works on the Sega Genesis 1 version.
Yes.
So you have to have. So if you're gonna buy a Sega Genesis, well, you want to buy the first version because it has a headphone jack.
Yes. Definitely.
That's the main reason you wanna buy it, and it's also a little bit.
And a volume control.
Has a volume control. And then also,
16-bit stereo.
you can use the Sega Master System component. You can still use the 32X component with it. And for those of you who are video geeks and know about SCART, you can get special cables, hook it up, and you can go.
Is that what happens 480 when you have too many beans? Or?
No. You can go 480p out of your Genesis through component, red, green, and blue, and the picture quality is amazing. It's HD gaming.
Really?
I'm buying. Granted, you have to buy if you're in the United States, North America, you got to buy an extra converter box.
Is that the goofy?
Yeah.
I always wondered what that thing was.
It's called SCART. Yeah, and then you get the serial cable.
Okay.
Then you got to plug that serial cable into RGB out or something like that, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The picture's awesome.
Is that the connector
you can do it with the Sega 2, but the Sega Genesis 1 and Sega Genesis 3 actually have a better video graphics chip or something.
Oh, does it look better?
Oh yeah.
Really?
There's a difference. Like the Sega
does
32.
The game change though?
No, the gameplay is exactly the same. The clock speed is the same. It's just the way it does the processing of the video. It's a color. It's just yeah, and it washes away. Actually, if you're playing like Sonic, there's a trick that people use with interlay signals.
Yeah.
Everything was 4080.
Yeah.
Programmers would purposely use the interlace to get a different color. So when you play in 480p on a Sega Genesis, the colors are it's P, so they don't blend the colors. So like the water in Sonic doesn't look true. It looks weird. People think it's hacked, but that's a progressive signal.
Yes.
So
you're only getting one half of the
frame.
Video.
Oh God, we just nerded.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say we just lost everybody.
But yes, get a Sega Genesis 1. It's awesome.
Let me ask, the Sega Genesis, the Sega CD, or the 32X, that only plugs into Model 2, or it will plug into either?
They'll plug into 1 or 2.
Ah, okay.
And in whichever version you get, there's 2 versions of the Sega CD as well. They match. If you get Sega CD 1, it matches the outside matches with the Genesis. What do you call it? The cosmetic.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter, but it's so. But if you really want to get everything complete,
it is sweet. Though.
There is what's called the CX. Yes. That's what I have now. They're probably $125 on eBay.
They're cool.
It's a portable CD player, Sega CD, and a Sega Genesis built all into one.
And it's little. I mean, it's smaller
tiny.
than. I mean, I guess it's not as small as Genesis 3, but it's little.
Yeah, and it runs on batteries.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I mean, given you'll get to play like level 1 of Sonic with this, or listen to like one Alice in Chains CD, but that's about it. But it is a sweet system. But yeah, if you, oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, sorry. Reading the chat, someone said, so if the game cannot go over its score limit, does it count or can't be submitted on a scoreboard? I think he's talking about a max out score.
Yeah, I think he's talking about rollover. So if a game can't go over its score limits, does it count or can it? Well, really, I guess it's just a max out at that point. I mean, everything's different game to game. Some games will max out. Like when we get to some arcade games, it'll say 999, but then it'll keep rolling over when you get a final score. There's very few games like that, so it's more of a good question, Telebro, for those wanting to know. It's based on a game-to-game basis, based on the rules. So,
yeah, no, that's good. No, but seriously, if you get the Genesis and you really like it, and you even get the Sega CD and you find a couple games you like, you might not want to get the 32X. Because no matter how hard you try to work a game, there is not... It
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of not worth playing. Other than the Star Wars arcade,
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Doom is okay.
Like okay. Like there's really it's a pointless system. Really. The way your system looks sad. What you have to do to it is like just butcher the poor thing.
Two power supplies. And it's a mess. If you haven't watched the Angry Video Game Nerd
he
on
said
32X, if you don't know anything about it, it's great.
Yeah. He equates the 32X to what you imagine the Sega Genesis looking like if it was on life support. Because that's how many wires are coming out of the poor thing. So, yeah, just stick to Sega Genesis, and there's some decent Sega, but really, it's a lot of them are like the same game.
Just play the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, just play the Sega Genesis. That's all you need, Sega Genesis.
So, Happy Dude asked about, what did he ask now? Oh,
yes,
about which is the easiest score to... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, what was easier for judge to confirm as a record? Speed runs or score attack runs? I'm thinking about going for a record, just not sure on what now. Well, really, Happy Dude, your first place is just to go check out the rules in the first place. If a game has a score run or a speed run, depending on your performance, it can count for both. You can submit. Don did. Oh no, Don, you had two separate videos.
Game dependent.
Yeah, it's based on the game, so that's the first place you're going to... In terms of what's easier for a judge to confirm, well, nowadays, I don't know if you're used to the old Twin Galaxies, but the new Twin Galaxies, everybody verifies everybody's score. So there's complete transparency on what you did. So is it really harder for somebody to adjudicate a world record run from a speed run? Not anymore. I mean, I don't think it was an issue in the first place, but... When it comes, I mean, speed run. If you think about it, I guess speed runs are a little bit faster.
I was
you
gonna
start
say,
the timer,
yeah.
you stop the timer, and you make sure nobody cheats. A score attempt, you gotta kind of go over what's considered leeching in some places, or leeching is allowed, or you can do this 2 times. So I guess that's a good question, I guess, but I guess speed runs are easier to judge. But it doesn't matter, dude.
No, it doesn't submit anything. But I was actually thinking about that because obviously, especially when the scoreboard first started getting underway, the speed runs, I could see why people would do them just because it's in the name alone. They might be quicker to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And I would imagine if a video is 8 minutes long and then this one is 7 hours long, chances are people are 7 minutes or 8 minutes. So, but just... Don't worry about stuff like that.
I just wanted to mention about speedruns that if you are using a capture device like an Elgato or any capture device, sometimes they drop frames, and that will affect your time. So my recommendation is to, and actually somebody had this issue, was it Jesse Porter had this issue from Texas, where the direct footage was dropping frames, but the camera footage was not. And so when he originally got the time, he used the direct footage, and this was up. And so Andrew actually did like a frame by frame playback of the thing and got the time and figured it all out. But a camera is better for a speed run. And what I do runs is I have a little actually I'll show you.
Oh,
sorry.
Digital aids are always good.
I find this works really well. It was totally free, and I'm sure that this is an Android, but I'm sure the iPhone has a similar one, or any smartphone, really, probably any phone. And it just displays the seconds, right? So I put this next to my TV, and the game is about to start. I just wait for it to, so 57, 58, 59, and then I hit start. Makes it easy.
No, it's good. That's a good idea.
And then that way also people know I'm not splicing footage or anything like that.
Yeah, I like the camera. I like both. If you can have both, if you can do a direct
both
capture.
is the best,
yeah. Like Jay said December, I took my eyes off the road. I was looking at the chat. So make sure there's no doubt, when you're submitting a score. Give as much evidence as possible so we don't disqualify your score. I'm playing video games and talking.
Now, what do you think is better, VHS-C or Beta?
Beta.
It's true. No drop frames there, man.
Yeah. Welcome in TG Live 4. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good tonight.
I'm doing great.
Mike.
I know. I just crashed 3 times.
It's pretty good. What game are you playing, Mike?
Hard driving.
Definitely does not look easy.
No, it's my first time playing it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I just assumed.
I've played it in the arcade before, but that's like 10 years ago.
I was to say these look like 1984 arcade graphics.
That's pretty much. It's a little bit later than that. Matthew Felix has joined us in TG Live 5. Or he was there.
Nope,
No.
now he's sideways. Nope, now he's straight. There you go.
He's on it. Oh, I guess you can't make that jump either.
So Happy Dude had a question about the Binding of Isaac, which is not yet in the database. Did you guys want to talk about the new submission process for basically getting new tracks added? It's not in place yet, but.
Well, yeah, for those people who are watching our show today and are going to the Twin Galaxies database, I do want to be a world record holder on hard driving or whatever, and the game isn't listed in the database. Well, Twin Galaxies kind of just had a reboot past 2 or 3 months, and
no way,
yeah. Oh. And Twin Galaxies still in the process of adjudicating all these new systems. There's a new monetary system as it comes to voting and submitting. And please read all the frequently asked questions on that. We ain't going to go into that.
Can you go back and watch the old shows?
You can watch our old shows or watch,
might be even the best.
Or watch old shows with Jace Hall.
Yeah.
State of the Galaxies.
Or stay tuned after this for State of the Galaxies, and even if it's a question he's asked me for, just
ask it again.
Yeah. Welcome all newcomers.
As Jay said last week, your submission points will allow you to basically nominate new tracks for games that are not in the database.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, I can't think of a game off the top of my head that I want to submit for. Twin vs. TIE Fighter for the piece. All right?
Oh,
I love that game. And of course, we didn't. Twin Galaxies never tracked it. I want it in the database for level 1-1.
Yeah.
I got to use up my submission points to nominate it. Now, that nomination system, maybe Jace wants some more information. Does it need a few people to nominate it? Does the community then vote on that nomination? That's still up to the powers of Jace Hall and HD Films. So there will be a point where we will be able to have new tracks for games that aren't listed. Mm-hmm. For example, when this new track system's coming out, if you guys see the article in Twin Galaxies, probably 3 or 4 days ago.
Did you?
Yes, Twin Galaxies website. Yeah, thanks. They have the new tracks to the database over 2 or 3 years going to be mobile games. Of all the standards of the new Android and iOS games, Flappy Bird, Angry Bird,
Happy Bird, Slappy Bird. There's so many of them.
There's one not Pinball Arcade.
Arcade Pinball.
Arcade Pinball. There's a few of them. I think Temple Run's on there. Like the real famous, they're going to be able to submit for those games. But there's going to be a nomination system, so it's going to be cool for all those games that are not in the database yet, or new tracks for old games.
Existing games.
For example, one of my submission points are going to be towards Donkey Kong Arcade Speed Run.
Yeah, no, that is an act. I'm actually interested in that Donkey Kong score.
Sick and tired of the point. I'm sick and tired of it.
The ad rule.
Give me a speed run. Yeah. I know there's unofficial ones out there.
Beat that game in less than 10 minutes.
Do that.
Now that's impressive.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that be impressive?
I think it's impossible to beat Donkey Kong in 10 minutes.
Now we get back into the glitch versus actual 100% run, then.
Well, that's a good thing to bring up. I think Twin Galaxies should only track the things that Speed Demos Archive and speed runs don't cover. We don't need excess fat. I don't care if they're there. They're a good organization. They've done it. I mean, yes, we can have it in 2 spots, and I guess you can submit to both, but I think Twin Galaxies should only focus on, this is my opinion, we don't work for Twin Galaxies. I guess they're doing the disclaimer.
Yeah.
The show is not brought to you by Twin Galaxies over on the Twin.
This is only Michael Sorokas.
Just have it non-glitch runs only. How the game was meant to be played.
Yep.
That's it.
No, I agree with that, too. Because if you get into that, I mean, you just it's a can of worms.
Then you also get into what is a glitch versus what's not, right?
Exactly.
No, exactly. And that's actually what I mean by that is...
I mean, that's why the community adjudication really is necessary.
Oh, completely. You know, because then it's all arguing semantic. Well, I don't think it's a glitch. And they'll be like, well, I do think that's a glitch. And they'll be like, okay, great. Shut the game down. No more score submissions. So,
Or it'll go back and forth. That would be the worst part.
No, you're right.
Like, gamers now think that's a glitch 4 years later.
Yeah.
People don't think that's a glitch. I like to always bring up random play and pattern play for Berserk. That argument can go on for forever. And now they split them apart, which upsets me more than anything.
Which camp
That's the main reason I stepped down from Twin Galaxies, because we don't know. Never mind.
Because you like random play, right?
No,
that's the only way.
My ruling was, we don't know if every score recorded in the 80s was random or pattern. We don't know which ones. Most of them were probably random because nobody started playing into a pattern until later.
Yeah.
But we don't know. Some of those might have been pattern,
know.
so we could never split the old scores up. Well, somebody did, and whatever. I don't care. Joel West is the best anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He can be best at both.
One thing I wanted to mention about the glitch scores, and I'm probably the biggest scores, probably most infamous, perhaps anyway. But I think that person number 4. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. Green shirt.
Chris.
Hair. Anyway,
Crackdown.
Chris. I just caught Chris. But I think Chris has a good point, which is, and keep in mind, I'm about as anti-glitch as you can be. There are a lot of things where it's like, is that a glitch or is it not? Like, you could argue it either way. It's either a feature. I mean, and I think there are plenty of situations where, okay, this is a glitch, no question. Glitching through a door, going to an area you shouldn't be able to get to. But then things like temporary invincibility because you got hit and then using that to get past the thing. So, I don't know. It
really is case by case. That's really the only way to put it,
Yeah.
Well, guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
We can hear you.
Or did you guys see my Zelda Ocarina of Time run that got approved weeks ago?
I saw it approved. I did not watch it.
Well, if you go through
Would that
that,
be the one
there's
in Dampé's graveyard?
no, the fastest completion of the whole game.
Okay, I missed that one.
Well, on that run, there's a lot of stuff where you can question whether it's a glitch or not. So what I did is I found a pastebin of rules that the Zelda community came up with, and used some of those rules for Twin Galaxies.
Yeah, that's a good list.
And see,
I posted it in that glitch topic.
And see, that's the thing that's cool, that if Twin Galaxies gets to that point. See, that's the unfortunate of what happened to Twin Galaxies the past few years is Twin Galaxies used to be the standard for that stuff, and it was always the same place. Now it's kind of in a question of I guess it's really up to us for the next few years of what is the standard. I can't make that jump anymore.
That's kind of the point of the community voting, and what Jason wants to do is to attempt to set the new standard.
Yeah.
And it's kind of up to us to make sure we get it right.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, then we're kind of back to where we were. Or, I don't know, maybe even worse, where it's still functioning, but the scores are funky.
Yeah.
Where
there's going to be time period.
Yeah, no, and there's going to be, 30% of people or 40% of the people on the site going, this is such crap. Yeah. I can't believe these scores are getting in. So.
Well, that's how some of it's.
No, I know that, and there's always going to be a dissenting opinion. That's just the way communities are.
There'll never be a perfect either.
No,
I made it.
But hopefully, it's not 30 to 40%. Hopefully, it's 5 to 10% or something.
There's going to be an error.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's just the way it is. We're human. There's only so much we can do there's no such thing as perfection, even in video games. So.
Yeah.
So Matthew brought up in the chat, I think it was Matthew, who said something about, now I don't know if he was joking, but about low scores, adding low scores as a track. Is that, now, it brings up a good topic, which is, are tracks like that gonna, if we can submit or pay, submission for any track that we want theoretically, and that's just totally changing everything. Is that?
thing is, I don't want the Twin Galaxies to become like a record setter type of place where it's a fastest level 1 of Mario, fastest 2 levels of Sonic, and then highest score on 1 level of Contra or whatever.
Yeah.
And breaking alarm clocks.
With video game systems.
Yeah, you have to. Well, every time you do something a record setter, you have to break an alarm clock.
I think that's what this is trying to avoid by this. You have to pay points to get it in, because there's, like he said, there's an economy to it where you're not just going to waste your score on it. You know, you have so much. What am I doing?
I don't know.
I can't talk.
I promise you, Rudy is saving up all his points for Zero Run Cliffhanger NES. I promise you.
Well, I think.
He also has Castlevania low score as well.
And that's fine, but what I think needs to happen is there needs to be, for it to go into the database, somebody else who wants it. Like, for example, I'm talking about, I want Donkey Kong speedrun, but you know what? I'm not going to go for, I can't even get a kill screen on it, so I have no means of competition. Like, for example, let's take Rudy, for example, Castlevania 3. If he's the only one interested in it, and he's the only one who wants to submit a score for it, is it really, like Matthew's,
like, what's the point?
Is it worth to being tracked? And then it becomes like a record setter where you know what I mean? Is what I'm trying to say here.
So
there needs to be some type of competition. Yeah, there needs to be somebody else who wants to beat you, you know, for a world record. It's that simple. That's what I kind of did with NHL.
At least interested.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, who wants to do a Castlevania low score?
And if it's just it, then maybe we don't do it.
In the database, there's a low score track for Kid Icarus, however you pronounce that.
But I mean, is it for actually completing the game or just for getting a really low score?
No, it's for you have to complete. There's, we'll use Rudy's examples are beating the game, but getting the lowest score possible, which means avoiding enemies, which is very skillful. You know,
to me, a low score while beating a game is almost another way of fastest completion.
Yeah,
I mean, because
there is an element of skill there for sure.
Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird because it is one of those things where you get into that mode where chances are, if you're beating a game but you get a low score, it's because you did it really fast without trying to fight. So it's almost like, is it fastest completion? Is the lowest score? What is it? You know, it's kind of weird.
So basically, those are Xbox achievements that we're going to give world records for too, though. So is the line? I guess is really the question. I mean, do we have to have the community say it, or does it have to be a minimum number of people, or what?
I'd like everyone to back me up on this. I would like to submit a record for Bad Dude's fastest time to get whatever my score is. And so if everyone will just chip in for that, I would appreciate
That's
it.
The line.
that could work.
My score is
best looking while playing Mario Brothers. Definitely gonna win.
Right. Yeah. Being named Don, and
so for those of you in the Skype chat or you in the chat on Twitch, you could submit you get one game or one track to add to the database. What would it be?
That's tough.
I mean, what's your first one? It doesn't have to be the only one.
First thing comes to your head.
Comes to your head. Either something you want somebody else to see a score on, like for me, I said Donkey Kong, or something yourself you want to compete on that's not in the Twin Galaxies database.
Actually, one that comes to mind for me, and not even because I'm good at it, just because I think it would be awesome to watch, would be.
Dude, I did it.
You're awesome.
Sorry.
What was that, Don?
The one, not even because I'm good at it, just because I'd love to see it, is Bayonetta.
Bayonetta, huh? Desert Bus.
Have you guys ever seen it? Desert Bus.
No, I've never seen that game, actually.
Oh, my goodness. You need to see Bayonetta. You play it. I mean, play it, but you need to at least watch it.
At least watch it, yeah.
Yeah, you land the jump like you do in you just hold the down button.
Hold down button to keep your okay.
So GTA Hunt backs my Bayonetta choice, I think. That's what that means.
Yeah. So
I think we need a
Tell a
separate
bro,
track for
I'm
the
so excited.
Japanese version of Bad Dude, since people are just going to keep maxing it out. Apparently,
There
the
you go.
Japanese one is much more low scoring.
watching that one.
Oh,
right?
God.
Watching that screen, right? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were watching the big
no.
chat over there.
That would be pretty bad. Especially since the screen keeps changing. It would not be fair.
Me over doing that. Yeah,
I
tell
would
him, bro.
also like to see a split for Jackal versus Top Gunner, the American versus the Japanese, because it's actually a different mechanism as far as how your gun works on the game. And, mostly I just like to play the game twice.
Now the Famicom scores are being accepted, I don't see any reason why you couldn't. I mean, other than it's a different game. Admittedly, you'd have to wait for the score track adding thing, but Famicom, good to go.
Yeah. Like I said, we talked about that earlier in the show. Some of the games, there's gonna need to be a drop down menu. I think that for fan that world record earlier, Ice Climber. Some games are going to have to be. This is actually a world record under the NES platform because it is the same game. But I know Jason crew will be at that at some point. Obviously, there's improvements every week it seems. So it's a nice change. World ain't perfect, but man, it's a lot greener the past couple months than it's been the
heck yeah.
past couple of years.
I was going to say, it hasn't been this good in I don't know how long. So, yeah, no matter...
Our opinion.
In our opinion, and depending how long you've been around it.
I'm
but
a little bummed Jace hasn't chimed in yet. I'm waiting for his PSA. Hey, maybe this is your cue. Plug your show. In a few minutes, State of the Galaxies will come on. Whoa. Tripping over my own shoelaces.
Nice.
Drinking a little bit too much Bud Light Lame tonight.
Yeah. Such a great drink to drink when it's 5 below 0
I know.
outside.
It's a summer drink. So you guys got anything else to talk about? We're kind of dry.
Yeah.
Well,
Miss
One
Klein.
week left on the Olympics. I have to ask if you're going to submit any scores, Mr. Sroka.
Probably not. I was talking about it earlier. My goal was to at least get a 500,000 on Galaga before I submit something, and I've only getting like 350. So I don't know.
So once again, can we blame that on your captain, please?
No, you can blame it solely on me for being
I think
a
you're on my team, aren't you?
I think so.
This might be one of the
Actually, Glenn hasn't been playing because he haven't had access to stream. So
You don't have to
That's
stream.
true.
I know
but we
people
haven't
draft-
needed his help that much.
I know Glenn got drafted way quicker than I did, and he's been probably the bigger drop off than me, of course. Because he should at least had some good scores submitted. But life
Wolf
happens.
is crying.
Yeah. Our team is still 100 and something points ahead without him. But anyway, I just had to ask. Thank you.
That's fine. I don't think you're going to see an all-star game from me.
Oh.
Ye of little faith.
I do, but I don't know.
Skiing's in there, right?
No.
No? Oh, never mind.
It's MAME. It's not in television or
That was
Sega.
your best, though, dude.
What, MAME?
No, skiing.
Not
schedule boot.
Do a
But I don't even want that.
Well, the problem is that's the thing. I'm working
I
on
don't want that virus.
I'm working on my Mac side, and I'm rendering or doing something.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got 15 minutes. I'm gonna play a little map. I gotta reboot the whole computer to do that, so it's not the same. So in a few minutes, Hall State of the Galaxy. Stay tuned if you're tuning in for that. I am seeing the viewer count go up, so welcome. You should stick around and come earlier for the show. 9 p.m. is Friday night here on the Twin Galaxies live channel. Along here with Nick Tanner, some champions in the chat. Matthew Felix, Don Keys, and Chris, I didn't catch your last name. I'm sorry.
Hey guys.
Oh, Teeter.
Oh, okay. Oh, Peter.
Hey Michael.
Hey.
Teeter. Like
It's
Powder.
Neil.
Hey, Neil.
What up?
Hey, just quickly, Jace is not going to make it tonight, but he will be back next week for State of the Galaxies.
There we go. Program note.
If you guys wanted to continue, you guys can continue for a bit more. And then I can take over. I guess I'll play some H1Z1 or something.
Okay. How about we'll go another half an hour to give you a little time to get ready or whatever.
You got it, sir. I'll count you out.
Let's do that. Let's work it. All right, here we go. Another half an hour.
Here we go, baby!
All right.
More settled on the screen.
Just what you wanted by popular demand.
Popular demand. Nick, you want us to submit a world record tonight?
Let's do it, man.
All right.
What game? Barney?
No, you're getting one. I want you to register for the website.
I know, I got it. Don't advertise that fact.
Nick, are you not registered for Twin Galaxies?
Yes, he is.
Yes,
He's just never posted in his life. Actually, he is.
I actually am
You are
registered,
registered.
yeah.
He's just never posted.
I just never posted anything. Well,
Wow.
technically, I did for the virtual cop, but that was like 1,000 years ago.
Oh. Keep practicing. I'm going to set the camera. You're not playing that game, though.
Oh, what game?
You're going to play Mario Lemieux.
It's like the crappiest game.
There's nobody submitted for it, so you're going to get a world record.
Okay, awesome.
Is it? Mario what?
Mario Lemieux Hockey Sega Genesis. What am I going to get? Biggest loss differential? I mean,
That's true, I guess. I guess you might not get it tonight.
there's a good chance. All I have to do is win by a goal, right?
Yeah. You can submit a record of 1-0.
Cool.
Or whatever, 3-2.
Yeah, but the problem is you're going to have to play Mario Lemieux Hockey.
That's
Yeah,
the
I know.
main
Bro,
I mean, given it's not quite as bad as Wayne Gretzky hockey for the Nintendo Entertainment System, since that is the single worst.
I absolutely agree with that statement.
All-Star Hockey for Sega Saturn's the worst. It's terrible.
Yo, yeah, that's on par with it. I think they're both unplayable, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, All-Star, that is... I don't even know how that game got released. I don't know how Wayne Gretzky hockey got released either.
You know
Especially
the worst hockey game ever? Any console? Desert Bus.
Unreleased, you mean?
Well, yeah, that's true. It was so bad it never got released, and also it wasn't a hockey.
It was released in theory. Penn and Teller Smoke and Mirrors. I saw
So that was-
Game Jack.
Ever, I just
No, I know.
Nick, you're going to have save angles for verification on this.
Great.
There's going to be no doubt.
There's gonna be no doubt
You
that
got
I am
people watching you live.
great.
Hope we have enough time. If not, Neil.
I'm having a heck of a game right now.
There we
man.
go. Oh, look at that. People are going to see your hands to make sure you're not cheating.
What about the game we're playing right
If
now?
anybody got any other subjects other than Mario Lemieux Hockey, please let us know. For those of you who are watching, here's
hey, Kernsey, can you
a tour of our
Kernsey, I was gonna
studio.
say, can you feed me a joke so that I can, and then there won't be just dead silence after it? What happened to Kernsey? Just throw it in the chat and then I'll read it and then it'll be like it was my joke. And everyone will laugh at it and I'll feel popular.
Just wait for that chat delay.
Come on,
Wait
chat.
for it. Timing is everything in jokes. Just hold on.
Look me up.
What other track do we want to see? I don't know.
Nothing.
Now, what games would we like to see besides hard driving? I mean,
I don't know what other people are asking. Dick, you're actually doing pretty darn good.
I know.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just, what other games would other people like to see on this show? I mean, I see some zookeeping going on somewhere over here, or.
Oh yeah, well that's what I bet was going to come after our show. What's better? Oh, this is a really good question.
That's actually a great question, Pete.
NES hockey games is better.
It's not.
To Steel or Nintendo's Ice
hockey is 1,000 times better, boys.
All right, let the debate begin.
Ice hockey, same close.
You can't fight each other in hockey. Blades
Yes, you can.
gloves.
They actually have little scraps, and you have to hit A furiously. It's not really a fight, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true, though. That's a good point.
Okay, I like it. It's going back and forth.
Definitely
Like the Steel, Ice hockey, I love it. Good debate. You know, I'm just going to say ice hockey. I like them both. Oh, Nick. World record's like 160,000. Nice.
Damn it.
Nice
I haven't actually pronounced it correctly. It's Blades of Steel. So,
that's the one reason. That's why I'm choosing hockey over Blades of Steel. One of those angry video game nerd things. It's the past. It's the past. It's the. Oh, God. That's why
my problem.
Hated it.
And don't get me wrong, Blades of Steel, it wasn't. I mean, it was the second best hockey game on Nintendo. My problem with Blades of Steel is it wasn't a hockey game. It was a fighting game. The amount of time you spent fighting on that game was so ridiculous that you could barely get in the game.
And you could do a Hadouken. It was egregious.
Yeah, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was pretty. You know, you could play Galaga or Radius or whatever it was.
Oh, that was the
best part of the game, really.
I don't know, the international aspect of ice hockey versus the fake hockey teams of Blades of Steel, I think, helped ice hockey more, in my opinion.
Oh, there's no doubt. No doubt.
So, you know what's funny on that is I was talking to my wife, oddly enough, about Double Dribble the other day, as, I do. And there was that actually happened, and she's still married to me, amazingly. So there are three teams in Double Dribble. There's the Lakers and the Bulls, and is it the Knicks? I can't remember. How are there only three teams?
Because it was a terrible game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good game. You dunk, and then it does that animation. Amazing.
The first
game. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was very cool looking.
Yes.
And very cute and cartoony, but the gameplay, years later, I've tried it again a couple times, and it just doesn't hold up.
It doesn't hold up. Oh, that's sad. Oh.
Detroit's like... Oh, yeah, it was the 1990 season.
Here, I can get you the rules if you want to just redo it. Or I'll just restart it. No. Yes for fighting, no for pro rules, fair referee. What the?
Oh, do we have
5-minute periods. Yeah, we'll probably have to restart.
Okay.
All right, hang on. Let's turn it off.
So good call.
There we go. This is what we want you guys to do in the future. If you guys want to perform a live score during our show, and we'll commentate, we can hook you up through the Skype, or we can actually patch one of your Twitch feeds into the show. Right? We might not be able to talk to you during your broadcast, but we can, live video game records live on the air. I mean, it'll be verified quicker. That's one of the things we want to do at the show at some point in time. So, all right, Nick's going to go for a world record today. This is going to be unusual on Mario Lemieux hockey.
For the Sega Genesis.
Here it is. It'll be a little out of sync.
Look at that thing.
There it is. There's the real thing.
Whole cartridge. You can hold it.
Yeah, I can break it open for you to show you the motherboard.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis
Putting
3.
It in.
There it is.
G3.
There you go.
The power button.
It's on.
You're hosting award shows on your show.
Yes.
I mean, there is the MAME Olympics or the Olympics award ceremony closing coming up soon.
Okay.
All right, exhibition. One player. A demo would be fun, but
Team.
I'd probably pick Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Ooh, pick a weak team. If you can find one.
Look how touchy.
I know, it's super touchy. Maybe because it's 6 D-pad. Washington looks pretty bad shooting-wise. Hartford, poor goalie. Yeah, good. There we go. That's a good matchup.
Bob Smith.
Guess you're
What
good.
happened to the Arch Rivals series?
That
Phil
should-
brought up Arch Rivals.
Yeah. It turned into NBA Jam at some point.
Yeah.
Here, Nick, I'll go you full screen. Would that help?
I don't know. Sure.
Nah, I'm not going to screw you up. Come on, Nick.
I don't even know what the.
It's just like Blades of Steel, though.
Okay.
As much as we're just talking about how much you love Blades of Steel. Pretty on gameplay. Nice save, Barrasso. Oh,
So that was a 2-line pass. Oh, great.
golf fighting.
Oh, I guess Come on, I'm wailing on this guy. It's like the same. It's like a dude fighting alone.
I love you, honey.
Yeah, that does not look like fighting. What the?
Wow, that took
Like
like
the way they
there's a
hover
3
around
minute
awkwardly on the face-offs too.
Sorry, dude. Okay, this is just. Oh, this game sucks. Man, this game sucks.
for only not even a minute through the first period. Well, you know, like
Why is it bouncing?
it's just like the
Did they ever
Because
watch
it's
hockey when they programmed this
rubber
game?
on ice.
Seriously. There's no offsides either.
Oh, nice save.
That
The
actually
God,
happens
the
a
process is
lot.
amazing. Okay, so just need to find the.
Oh,
I mean, even if you practice it a lot as the ref, a lot of times it comes down at an angle and stuff.
I don't know what
It's
shoot
funny.
is yet.
I'll try to help you out.
Just saying.
The
That chat
bouncing
is very quiet. You guys need to throw up some
Yeah.
stuff. Except Kernsey.
Okay,
the
so
stuff
it's okay.
he's sending up is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm moving the screen on here.
Yeah, that's not why I'm losing.
Oh, I just thought of another game that we need to, when the scores come online, that we can track things. So can I get a thumbs up for the Arkham series? Batman Arkham?
Yes, yes. There's a lot of new games that definitely need to be tracked. So, I mean, obviously PlayStation 4 eventually, and Xbox One, and Wii U, and actually some games for the Wii that did put in. There's some to compete on. And that's what I always liked about Twin Galaxies. Twin Galaxies would do the Nintendo. Here, I'll help you, Nick.
What?
Oh.
That's definitely not
You're
going to
gonna
help me.
me.
Nice.
Where's it going?
I don't know.
I'm sure spoilers, by the way.
Pause. Or go ahead. Oh, you're
No,
good.
I didn't pause it. Never mind.
Does that help?
in Hartford. Carolina sucks. No.
Hello, Girls OD. Girls, I don't know how you say it.
Yeah. Hey, Don, if you
So-
could monitor the chat
Expecting
for us,
instead of
that'd be
ugly
great.
names.
Yeah, sure.
Don, because I gave full screen to Nick here in the studio, so we see the chat. I want to get him as much viewing screen possible to win this game 2-1 at least.
Yeah, no problem. So anyone who's new to the chat, Nick is going for a world record.
In a game I've never
of
played.
any positive score.
Yes.
Instead of-
I want a
by
goal
rebound.
differential of at least one.
Wait,
So
so
you guys
no
know
one
how
submitted
to-
to this track?
No one has ever submitted for this, no. So
I do
any
like the
positive
fact that
score will win it.
Do any?
So just
Bad.
because Twin Galaxies hasn't verified it, that doesn't make it a world record?
Yeah, well, they haven't verified it yet. So, I mean, yeah, that's a good question. Is it not a world record?
It's a world record
Effectively,
attempt.
If a tree floods and there's no one around to hear it, is it still
Yeah.
a record? I don't know.
If you guys watch episode 1, I mean, we weigh on that too. It is a world record, but then it's considers it a world record, it's not so much the person submitting the score, it's the viewer who views the score. So what I mean by that is you, the fan, let's say, don't need to, you consider whatever, you view what's a world record. Twin Galaxies, Guinness, Speed Demos Archive, High Score, they're all tools for you to know of the information of what's a world record. You're the one that actually makes the decision of which source is a world record. So that's a great, Twin Galaxies was just the place to do it in the past, and Jason's trying to bring back that fame and credibility. But like you said, is it still a world record if Nick beats this game 1-0, 2-1? Probably not. I like to say it's a Twin Galaxies world record because it's been verified by Twin.
My world record.
Yeah. Earlier about Xbox and like PS4 games and stuff, though. At what point, or do you need those when you have the high scoreboards already?
Built in.
You need TG to track those.
The high scoreboards are not always. I mean, let's say Dance Dance Revolution with a controller, right? Or let's play. I mean, people cheat on those things like crazy.
The boards on Flappy Bird are insane. Have you guys checked those out? They're like 3 billion points, something stupid like that.
No.
Someone's hacking the game, so it's. I mean, the scoreboards. I don't even take like the top 1%. I don't even count them as real. Yeah, as GGA Han says, high scoreboards get hacked all the time, and they do. I mean, look at them. They're terrible.
No defense.
Yeah, like if you ever see my name at the top of one, it's probably hacked.
Just like this one.
Yeah.
Nice save.
Yeah, and GGA Han says
you are so lucky. Goal was this one.
Yeah, baby. Got some good guy, man.
Referee was on your side. They're only at bounce talk.
I'm like 1 for 9 on face-offs. So good at this game.
So you guys gonna submit for any mobile games once it's up?
Oh yeah. Well, what games? I'm sorry.
Mobile games.
Mobile games.
Mobile.
There's the pinball one. The pinball games. That's all I play on my phone. That's about it. I don't.
You've been playing those games.
Yeah,
since the
but
first iPhone?
when it comes to iPad and stuff like that, I don't know. I can't play it. I mean, I play Grand Theft Auto 3 on it, but if I'm going to go for Grand Theft Auto 3 world record, I'm going to play on PlayStation 2 or PC or something. I'm not going to play
9 or 10.
Yeah.
Which one do you have? Do you only have 7?
I have PlayStation 8.
Oh, you have PlayStation 8? That's cool. Yeah, PlayStation 8 was pretty cool. I mean, it got ridiculous when they released 6, 7, and 8 in the same year. It was like, come on, guys. It was like, no one can afford it. Oh, speaking of...
Is Paul Coffey on the team at this point in the
91?
Yeah, he probably was. That was Coffey going
Yeah,
behind him.
absolutely. There's like no point of playing defense in this game. Not that you shouldn't play defense. It's just like, I don't know how.
Your goalie's defense.
Like, stealing the puck, too, I just put the guy there and then hope for the best. Oh.
Nice pass, dude. Even though you're offside, technically.
Tripping? There's penalties in this game? Really?
Hey, power play, dude. Come on, make it count.
I'm gonna.
Come on, Whalers.
Oh,
Come back to
man.
me.
Oh, God.
You guys are rooting against Nick, man.
No, I'm rooting for the Whalers.
Oh, the uppercut in.
What happens if you win a fight? It's not like it gives you anything.
Yeah, it does.
Tyson's going to blink before he throws a puck, so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, go away for 3 minutes.
Oh, there's your currency joke finally.
There we go.
I know, right? I'm like, currency, like half an hour late, dude.
Sandbagging currency.
There you go, Nick. Oh, that was.
I'm Pittsburgh.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
nice goal by
I could
Hartford.
do that.
Over to Pat Beak for the goal.
Gosh dang, man.
I hear Nice.
Obviously, tell first game. Sega Genesis is 16 bits. Right on the center ice. Oh, fine. Yes! That was awesome! Just do HL 93. That's what
I did. I kind of. I mean, it's like the control is not. It leaves something to be, desired, but in winning the face-offs, I don't really get. So I just let them win the face-offs. Hey! Like, what the hell?
Like those games that just turn the difficulty.
I was gonna say they weren't playing like this 2 seconds ago.
Coffee's getting chewed out on the bench. That was just sloppy.
That was a great play by them. That was a 3-line pass. Offside.
Oh, did you guys want to say anything about MK Wizard? He had all his records removed, finally.
Yeah, that's damn it. It's the new era. You want to?
Did he get a life ban or did he get a 6-month ban?
I don't know. I was about to say Jace will tell us here. People have questions, but he's not on tonight. I don't know.
Something tells me he won't ever apologize. He probably won't ever be coming back.
Exactly. Like I said, I said this on Jace's show last week that, the thrill for them is not so much is to actually get by with the cheating. Is that guy invisible? All that shows you where he is on the ice.
Yeah.
We're back. Sorry, I was interrupted by
sorry.
gameplay. That they do it for the thrill of cheating, So I don't know.
He's that guy is back on the forum for name now.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna be on with it Pouncing, right?
Yeah, I forget. I'll see if I can find it, but he's definitely back on. He's like, oh yeah, that guy. His punch-out records are the best. And I'm like, oh come on, man, you're not even trying.
Yeah. But it's working. It's self-managing itself.
Yeah,
that's what I kind of like about it.
Phil says it's a permanent ban with the chance of comeback after a year. So it's not technically a permanent ban then, if there's a chance of coming back. But I see your point.
So it's like appeals process to come back, which is fine. I think that's cool. Everybody, kind
of like the forum thing, like getting banned from the forum.
Yeah. Like I've said in the forums before, as much as I know his verbal, the way he says things isn't fair, but I maybe Rudy get a second chance. That's just me. In terms of talking on the forums. Where's the puck? Oh.
Goalie holding puck. That is my strategy.
Dude, the overtime in this is awesome.
Is it really? Is it something maybe?
It's a shootout. Like you stand still and you shoot the puck into one of the sides of the net. Kind of want you to, just so we can see it.
So you've played this game before?
I know. I've watched people play it
before
on YouTube or whatever. For reviews about how terrible the game is. Skate! Oh, come on.
Nice.
Brasco's coming up big there.
Oh yeah, Brass was the key to this game.
You know what? Another
3-3 for now. It might be 4-3 in a second.
Blades of Steel. I only like playing Blades of Steel with the game Genie code, where you can skate just as fast as everybody else. Remember that code?
No.
Me and my friend Matt we would never play Blades of Steel unless we put game Genie code in. Fear is the same speed as everybody else.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm losing.
It's like we're not gonna see a submission here, folks. It's because I keep losing the fights.
See, this is why I hate Blades of Steel too. Fighting is garbage.
That's why you like NHL 94.
It is why I like NHL 94, because they got rid of fighting. Which is weird, because I like it in real hockey. I just don't like it in video game hockey.
Goal.
Oh, come on. Who was their goalie? Was it Sean Burke?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a pretty...
I don't know about 91, but...
He was their goalie in 93. I can't remember if he was their goalie in 91, though. They just never had a goalie in Hartford. That was always their problem.
That was their only problem. I love it.
It was their biggest flaw.
Definitely one of their biggest. That's true.
Yeah, they just... Could never really put a season together there at Hartford.
Uh-oh.
And then Carolina wins the Stanley Cup in 06, which is, you know, Hartford.
Go back to Colorado. Yeah, it just keeps happening.
No, I know.
Ah, tying goal, Nick.
That was a great series.
Have you guys thought about having Tom Votava on the show? I'm not sure how you say it.
Votava.
I think we. I'm curious if you're going to submit anything. We had Tom Votava was one of our last hosts on the Twin, or one of our last guests on the Twin Galaxies podcast, episode 24, 25.
Fail.
You didn't see it here tonight. Whalers win. Nick, you were the Whalers, weren't you?
See, and this, folks, is why you don't try to set a record on a game you've never played before.
On live Twitch.
Especially a game where we're playing against the computer. The computer's played before.
Should I try it? I've never played it.
Good time.
I don't know. Whenever Neil's ready, we can go off.
Yeah, I can try it, dude. For once, I was actually better at the driving game. That's weird.
That is weird.
Doesn't happen very
I mean, I could go for some driving world records, I know. I could go for them for sure, but...
Just driving or just hard driving?
I got GP over here. Got these games for $1 today. Well, I have this game. I gotta get. I gotta get these world records back. Super Monaco GP2.
I don't ever remember seeing GP1.
I bought it. I just. bought
there actually was one.
it. It's like the exact same, like all the exact same.
Really? That's kind of disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, they're not completely exactly the same, but here. We'll keep going. If Neo's ready to come on, we'll step aside. But anybody else want to talk it up? We're done with our subjects for sure. I know I got 2 world records to announce next week. Pac-Man Championship D.
So actually, I'm just going to ask, what records are people working on now, if any?
APB. It's not going very fast though.
What is it?
APB, the arcade game.
Oh yeah. That's a good game.
Yeah. Slowly but surely. Might be a year or 2 before I get.
What are you working on, Matthew?
I want to get some Sonic the Hedgehog speedruns on the GameCube Mega Collection version.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Nice.
I have one right now that I just need to upload later for Sonic 1. It beats Jen's record.
B2's
Trying to
record?
get a Bubble Bobble team together too for the arcade.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great game.
Oh, that's mean. So, Phil asked, what records are you working on, Don? And then Tim Gorger, a game no one plays. Bill and Ted on the NES. Well, you know.
42.94 I got to beat.
42.9. Okay.
I am working on, in fact, I hope to have it before the show, but Strider, NES, speedrun, current record holder. I was going to go for that. And then probably after that, I'm going to go for Rolling Thunder on the NES. I'm an NES guy, so I like the NES. But don't worry, this big one's coming. Ninja Gaiden, eventual. I don't know if I'll get it, but I'm going to try for it. And then Blaster Master and some other good ones. So I like obscure titles. That's not because I don't like competing like for the good titles. I just like obscure titles because they're weird. I just think that's fun. But don't worry, some big titles coming soon. I'll probably do some Punch-Out eventually as well. So though there's some really good competition on that. Which
Strider and Rolling Thunder are both pretty legit, though.
Yeah, I feel like at least Rolling Thunder is. I mean, Strider's it's quirky, but
well, I never played this mode, so
yeah. So Captain Skyhawk for Tim.
You got track record.
I did bring up Jackal / Top Gunner earlier because I'm working on Top Gunner, the Japanese one now. I haven't played it in a while, but starting to remember it.
Yeah, Jackal was a great game. I never played, obviously, the Japanese version. I remember the Nintendo version a long time ago, though, that I played it. But, yeah, that's a good game. So I
Yeah, and
games on the
the
NES.
difference there, the NES and the US ones, the machine gun part of it is fixed, shooting straight up all the versus the Japanese one. It points wherever you point, just like the rocket launcher. Which is what I was saying. I think that's definitely a candidate for a separate track.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Oh, this is the first lap. There's no way.
Yeah, see? So it's not, I don't just play games nobody knows. I don't play the obscure ones. I like obscure ones, but...
Better
all.
They're telling Don to pick up a EverDrive so he can play the Famicom titles.
Yeah. I think I'm going to, actually. I think I'm going to pick up an EverDrive.
I played some fan games on the Wii emulator, NES.
How'd you win it, Guernsey?
Was it highscore.com?
That's what.
Oh, highscore.com probably. Yeah, they had a competition. An NES competition, actually. I was going to do it, but then I got lazy.
It's the internal game. People don't know that Super Monaco GP 2 has the internal game genie. It came with the system.
Yeah.
It was actually invented before games. Genius. Senna, he was a genius, man.
That's why they made 2, because it's the exact same.
Yep, but 2 had the game genie.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks.
Hey, you're welcome.
That does not look like Monaco.
No, we're playing the Canada track.
Ah, okay.
Score is
Please
Lightning
don't post links.
42.94.
42.94 is what I'm trying to beat.
It's the Canada Grand Prix, not the Monaco ones. Yeah.
It says don't post links without permission. How do we get this permission to post links?
I don't think you can.
I don't
I
think you can post any links.
Franny did it for me last time. Franny was on, and she for me.
All right, here we go. Real lap. Oh, this is a lap. Because remember, I started.
Yeah. So just by sheer luck, you should have given at least 3 seconds better.
Yep.
You should get about 44 something.
So let me ask a question then. I was talking about Bayonetta earlier because it's like one of the best games ever, and I wanted to get your guys' opinions on like what games would you consider a masterpiece? You know what I mean? Like not flawless, close to flawless.
Duke Nukem, Duke it out in DC.
Are you talking in terms of like how popular a game is and how good it is?
New world record.
No, popularity doesn't matter.
No, not popularity. Popularity doesn't matter. Just in terms of you say like this game is, you know, like you hear a piece of music and you think that's a masterpiece or a piece of artwork, like a video game. It doesn't have to be pretty, although that helps. But like just the game itself is just like that is a game that will stand the test of time. I mean, ignoring
I think Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Does it have to be a newer game?
Yeah,
I think a game that will always stand the test of time would be Pac-Man. I don't think that game will ever get old.
I think Tetris is about as perfect.
Pac-Man is incredibly patternable and boring. The original is.
I got another lap.
Yeah, Tetris, I guess. I can talk about Tetris a
That's
lot.
very true.
Tetris, but I'm going to say Bayonetta. I'm going to say Arkham City is going to be one.
Well, how about GoldenEye for the N64?
Yes. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a
good one.
I'm still going to say Final Fantasy VI was perfect in every way, especially music, the story, the characters, the everything.
Here we go. Have a good lap.
Gameplay.
Good lap.
It was like the perfect RPG in my opinion in so many ways.
Well, which one was that, Chris?
Final Fantasy VI. It was 3 for Super Nintendo.
See, I would have guessed people said 7.
I would still say that one's in that mix too. I just I'm biased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of screwed up that corner, but I still have a chance, I think. I screwed up last.
Final Fantasy Tactics also, in my opinion, but then, that's no.
Elevator Action
Shining
is pretty
Force-
awesome. So is Intrepid, in my opinion. They're both really replayable. You can play them for score over and over again. They're not too patternable or boring, and predictable. They're always random. I mean,
Try again.
we don't know what the top end of them is. We still won't know. It's not like Donkey Kong where we know how many points there is, even though it's random and still interesting. We kind of know where it's going to top out. We don't know that with Elevator Action or Intrepid. Some of those.
True. Wolfman says Chrono Trigger, which I've actually never played. As big of an
Yes,
RPG
he's
fan
right.
as I was back in the day, but everything I hear about Chrono Trigger
I don't love that game.
He's 100%
bows to
correct.
that.
It's in my top 3.
There you go. That was a good shift too. This could be even better. Oh, but then I shifted again on accident.
Get the 2 quick turns here.
I'm gonna.
By 0.06 seconds. I mean, you still beat the old world record.
Yeah. We'll still use my preview. I'm gonna try again. I got a good.
Yeah, you're doing.
I did good on that corner.
You already beat the record. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I beat it on the first
that's
try.
good. Yeah.
And then I couldn't beat my own score even. Maybe
I'm not knocking your driving skills, but when you beat the record in like less than 3 minutes, I tend to say maybe the record wasn't that good.
No,
Totally
those
missed
are
the
good
hairpin
scores. 'Cause I already.
Any Secret of Mana fans? Since we're talking SNES RPGs.
Here we go.
Here we
Here we
go.
go.
It's
Here
pretty
we go.
cool action
There we
RPG.
go.
Nice.
The Super Nintendo was the god of RPG games. They have some of the best ones on there.
Nice.
It's very
now-
true.
Score, guys.
Because you got A Link to the Past, Secret of Evermore, and then Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy, all the good stuff.
Breath of Fire, I think, was on there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how could I forget that?
This is my submission for GP Sega Genesis Canada track 41.55 seconds. 55 seconds. You guys can adjudicate this later.
Yeah.
How much did you beat it by?
3/4 second.
No. 1 point.
right there.
1.4 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, 1.4 seconds.
What?
Give or
You have to play
take
it in
10
practice
seconds.
mode?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Because in the other modes, you can have a faster, slower car, and you have to,
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking is, did you get to set up your car? Is it about your fuel levels? Do you go faster
No.
when they're lighter? Do we
No,
have to test your fuel to make sure that this is legit? Is it like
Yeah,
the
well,
real
they
thing?
probably drug screen you.
you
too.
probably have to check the tire pressure to make sure they're
You're
good
going to
for
have to
the
weigh
tires.
yourself, you know that. It's part of the process at the end of the race. We have to put a big scale and stuff.
That's true.
But the good part is you get to go on a where they give you a giant bottle of champagne.
That's right.
And, yes, sexy ladies, of course.
Oh,
Of course.
So,
Jaguar, hell yeah.
hey,
Cool.
that's Alien versus Predator, sweet. Still don't own that game.
That's Secret of Evermore. You're thinking of Nash Villain.
Oh, Echo the Dolphin. Yeah, I bet. You know what?
That is a perfect game,
That is
really.
a perfect game.
It's more of a work of art than a video game, really.
Yeah, it is.
I would
The
consider
music, Peter himself.
Yeah.
Actually,
Character.
I forgot that we didn't mention Echo. I'm glad that Mooner brought him up.
No, thank you very much. Duh. That's like the biggest no-brainer ever.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we
we
didn't think
also
of it.
forgot Earthbound as far as the SNES awesome RPGs.
Yeah, Earthbound. Good call.
Oh,
Oh,
and
thanks.
Super
Yeah,
Mario
yeah.
RPG.
You guys
Hey,
ever played Robo Trek? Where the wolves of robots?
Hey, Nate, are you ready to go? Oh, Neo.
Is Neo there?
He'll come back.
Well, thanks, everybody.
Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, the
we-
extended version of
Neil's
some of
right here, guys. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh, you're cool.
Are you ready? Ready for the
Yeah,
rock?
I can throw you guys out. You want me to count you out?
So we can just say bye, and then you can chop. So I just submitted a score. Sounded
Yeah.
good.
All right. Well,
Thanks,
whenever you
Don.
guys
Thanks,
are ready
Matt.
to go,
Cool.
just throw it out.
Then make sure to join us next week. Mason Kramer will
Yeah.
be interviewing him. Hopefully, we'll have a highlight video edited.
And hopefully we'll have Glenn back.
Yeah, hopefully, we'll have Glenn back.
Glenn made his triumphant return, possibly.
And thank you guys for joining us in the chat. Oh,
Yeah,
always
thank you,
welcome.
everybody. Seriously.
Makes
You
the
guys
show a lot
are
more
great.
entertaining because I know, I'll be honest with you, he's on the boards more than I lately. So for my host, Nick Houselander, I'm Michael Soroka. We'll see